Well, I'm playing one of the M's, which is Madhav Sinha. Madhav Sinha is the youngest recruit in this Unit 9. Unit 9 is a very special forces unit in the Mumbai crime branch. And of course, he's the youngest guy who gets involved in this activity, which is like these guys are the super cops of the police department. They go where the ordinary cops can't go, and they deal with the deadliest of the criminals which are in the city. So of course, as any young individual, and especially a young cop, Madhav Sinha wants to prove himself. He wants to go out there and prove to his seniors that he's capable enough of being a part of this special Unit 9 unit. And so what happens is that, jaise kehte hain, garam khoon, like you're too energetic. You don't think twice before you do something. So Madhav Sinha is basically, he wants to learn a lot. He wants to be a part of this unit, but he's sometimes irrational, and he does things without thinking of the consequences. And then how in the crux of the film, how in the story of the film, Madhav Sinha's character keeps on changing because he keeps on understanding, and how the graph changes from being completely impulsive to being understanding. Of course, his actions lead to consequences which affect everyone around him, but he understands that. And during the course of the film, Madhav Sinha's character takes a turn which makes him more sound and calm and mature, which of course helps the others in return. It's been a dream come true because he's Mithun Chakravarti. He's the actor, the persona, the star, the legend, whichever name you call him. And on the other side, he's my father. So, it's like a coming of age story for the son that finally he gets to be man enough to work with his own father. And yes, it's been a wonderful experience because I've always seen his films, but I never worked in them, and finally I'm getting a chance to do that. So yes, it was a nerve-wracking experience working with him, but in the same time, quite of an eye-opening experience to take in. Yes, it's my home production, but does not give me the freedom to do whatever I want, And my mom and dad have always been very professional people. When it came to being on the sets as an actor, I was only an actor. It wasn't like it meri picture hai, so I can do whatever I want. No, there was money involved, there's time involved, other people's dates are involved, so everything was included. So I couldn't be the guy who was apart just because it's my film. In fact, everybody was treated the same way. And whether it was my mom and dad, my mom used to come on set and she was the producer. She didn't have time for, being extra supportive for me or anything. She was just like, yeah, everything is fine, okay, bye. But after pack-up, she used to be my mom. I used to come home and tell her the stories and the events of the day. Same goes for dad. Whenever he was on the set, when he's acting, he was the actor. When he was the producer, he was the producer. When he wanted to be my dad, he was my dad. So it was a complete balance. There was no up and down or special requirements for me. If I have to sum it up in one sentence, I was in the presence of legends. That's my answer to you. Because as you just mentioned right now, senior actors, I should call them extraordinary beings. I remember there were times when I used to tell Ashu sir, sir, aap mujhe bas ek jagah mein khada kar do and I'll just learn from them. They're so tuned with what they do, whether it's KK sir, whether it's Johnny Bhai, whether it's dad, whether it's Anna, whether it's Zakir Bhai. You don't have to tell them anything, they know what they're doing, and they do better each time. So for me, it was just like Enemmy was like a proper encyclopedia of learning, and maybe volumes of learning because every actor taught me something, Anna taught me poise, how to be graceful yet controlled. KK sir taught me improv inside the dialogues, Johnny Bhai taught me spontaneity, Dad taught me to be completely honest with the character. Zakir Bhai taught me how to be menacing yet not be out of the acting zone. So there's like billions of things which I learned. So yes, coming back to your question, I was in the presence of legends.